Okay, this is take 2 of the week ahead because the first one I recorded was 10 minutes long. So I am going to cut to the chase with a couple of our updates for this week and the coming week ahead, and maybe I can get us out of here in 5 to 7 minutes. Let's shoot for that. I know I'm not very good at this, but we'll get going. First of all, I just wanted to show you the work that Candy is doing here and has been working for a long time, for several weeks, to get WKCE testing ready. So great work, Candy. We're highly organized and ready to go with WKCE. Very quickly, want to go through some of the updates now. The email that was on the link here, I'm a little crooked. Sorry, the email that gave you the link to this video has a lot of these dates on it, so I'm not going to go through all of those dates, but I want to highlight a couple that are really important. First of all, Monday, November 5th, 7:30 in the morning in the library classroom, we'll have a proctor meeting, and if you made it to the Thursday meeting or the meeting yesterday after school and received your proctor book already, you're good to go. But if you have not made it to a proctor meeting yet, you need to attend. Even if you're not scheduled to be a proctor, we need you to attend that meeting on Monday at 7:30 in the morning. If you can't make it to that meeting, please contact me and we'll get a different time. Also wanted to let you know we will have a brief assembly. We'll start dismissing kids at 8:30 to have an 8:35 assembly on Monday morning to get kids jazzed up for WKCE testing. And Mr. Thompson will be here to help us do that. And we'll also be honoring leaders, role models, and good citizens at that meeting for the month of October. You see some good after-school opportunities for students on Tuesday, November 6th. So if you get a chance, stop into one of those after-school activities and encourage kids to participate in them. On Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be doing WKCE testing. Make sure you look for that testing schedule. Again, on the afternoon of Wednesday, November 7th, we will be running periods 1 through 4 of a day 1 schedule. And then on Thursday, we'll be running periods 5 through 8 of that day 1 in the afternoon. So make sure you check your WKCE schedule for those things. Don't forget Wednesday at 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, the grading window will close. So at that time, we will be handing out grade verification sheets, and some of the grades that you might have, you may be changing them to incompletes at that time, or updating those grades at that time. But we will still be doing grade verification sheets, and that's where we may be doing some of our final grade tweaking. So watch for that. Staff Advisory Board meeting Wednesday after school, 3:15 in the library classroom. We'll hold that meeting. So Staff Advisory Board members, make sure you put that on your calendars. Also, part of the WKCE testing on Thursday, November 8th, we will be doing goal setting in homerooms from 10:18 to 11:20. We'll try to use report card grades and map scores for students to do some goal setting in their homerooms at that time. Also on Thursday the 8th, you can check out the after-school activities for students, again encouraging them to be part of that. And on Friday, November 9th, we'll be back to a normal schedule, running a day 2 schedule on that day. So that's the dates. Those are the dates coming up, and you can make sure you check that email to write down those dates and any that I didn't mention. I wanted to give you a quick update on action teams. The behavior action team, they met this morning working on a behavior system for our school, and currently they're working on a survey to send out to staff to inform them on how to do that. The gender team has met several times, and currently they're researching strategies that address gender differences in the classroom and preparing for a presentation at the November 28th staff meeting. So at that staff meeting, you'll get to see some good research on gender differences and hopefully walk away with some strategies that you can implement in your classroom. The language arts team has met several times. A writing common assessment has been given, and we've been working to establish a writing baseline for students. And then we'll be moving ahead to start talking about strategies that we can start implementing here to start improving our writing over the next quarter, the next 3 quarters. And the grading guidelines committee is still meeting. We had help meetings this week and last week to make sure teachers had questions answered about quarter grades. There's a lot of questions right now going around. If you have more questions, or if you feel like you're behind on grading, check out the emails that were sent out this week with grading help meeting notes. There might be some notes there that can really help you. Otherwise, be sure to ask Scott or myself about questions about grading. So that's some updates about what's going on in our building and what's coming up in the week ahead. Very quickly before I part with you, I wanted to show you some things that I found on the Teacher's Lounge table today. Now, you can tell a lot about a school and the staff in that school by what you find on the table in the Teacher's Lounge. So we got some pretty normal things here. We got a copy of the State Journal, people keeping in tune with current events, and the election, of course, coming up next week. We also have here some pretty typical things, student fundraiser here, students selling fruit for FFA, and Culver's gift cards. That's always a great thing for girls basketball program. There's some of those available. And then if you bought a few too many Culver's gift cards, there's the Anytime Fitness deal that's going on. That's on our lounge table. All these pretty typical things. But then I got to some things that were a little more disturbing. First of all, sardines. Someone's giving out sardines, which is great. One man's sardines are a snack for another man. I understand that. But I thought that was kind of interesting. In Louisiana hot sauce, no less, these sardines. So thank you to anybody, to whoever put those out for us. And then we've got some gummy body parts. There you can see gummy body parts. This happens to be an eyeball. A little concerned about that, but that's okay. And then maybe the most concerning is, I know that our grading guidelines are forcing all of us to be flexible and to change and really flex our muscles, but we had joint flex cream on the table, handing that out, which is great. Thank you to the person who put this on there. We're great sharing staff, but I just am a little concerned. Maybe we're pushing things a little too far. I don't know. But hopefully you have a great weekend. You get some stress relief. Don't eat too many eyeballs or too many sardines. And if you are experiencing some pain, get some of this Joint Flex cream. But I really hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.